So we have this happy single mom. So today we have Jessica Munoz, and I'm so happy to see you happy. You're part of the church. You are in the worship and the ministry, the Lord laying in your hand. You've been expanding. And I remember when you came to church and knowing that you are a single mom and focusing on God, your kids, the ministry, and all the opportunities that you've been achieving. And it's so amazing. So we're excited to have you here, and thank you for coming after work.
Yeah.
I know. I'm thinking, where are the kids? I know that they are
In the car.
In the car. Yeah. They're in the car.
Windows
Also,
up, no
windows up,
water,
no water. So we need to make it quick so she can go with the kids.
The crack of the window.
Yeah, feeding them.
They're
really
actually
quick.
watching themselves at home.
Oh,
Oh my God,
there's
no,
drama.
no, with the
There's
drama,
drama.
right? So, well, we're talking about single moms today because God put in my heart to guide them and empower them, and I know that your love story with God and being a single mom, it's so amazing. So, how's it been this past 6 weeks?
These last 6 weeks have been, even though I've been working, they've been a growth. Only because my life hasn't changed much because I'm still working, but God just shows you things that you need to work on personally and things that you need to work on with your kids. So I just been wanting to really to have God take that time, because I say, Lord, I know a lot of people are home, and I know that you're working in them, and I know they get to spend all this time with you, perhaps, but do that in me. Cleanse my heart. Cleanse my heart while I'm at work. Cleanse my heart when I get home from work. Cleanse my heart while I'm in the car. Like, talk to me while I'm in the car. You know, I don't need to be in quarantine to have me do this in my life. So,
Yeah, exactly.
So it's been good. I've been happy. My kids are joyful. I'm super joyful. Like you said, I'm very happy. Praise the Lord, I'm happy. I can't really complain about anything.
But you were not like that when let's say when we met, right? It was a point of your life when you were so frustrated and you were not okay of being a single mom.
Yeah.
What?
Definitely, yeah. I think that when I first came to church, I was hurt. I would say I was trying to cover the hurt, trying to put on a strong character, like, oh, I'm healed, I'm good. You know, it's been years since this happened, or you know, I'm walking with the Lord. But when you walk with the Lord, it's like He keeps showing me things and showing me, and I just let myself be healed. Like, I did not want to repeat the past. So I said, Lord, if I guide myself, I'm going to mess it up. If I listen to myself, I'm going to make the same mistakes. So I need you to take me and like put something on me and just direct me, because I don't want to mess up.
Shake me.
Yeah, and I don't want to make the same mistakes. So it was really a journey of healing, and a journey of like saying, like, this is what I was dealt with. This is good. God's plans are still good. This is still good. Like, I still have purpose. I still have my children. I still have a life. Like, my life is not with somebody that, like, I still have a life on my own.
Exactly.
Right? So just taking that and owning that and saying, like, I have a purpose. With or without somebody, I have a purpose.
That's right.
You know, and that was my ultimate goal. Like, God, it's me and you. What do you want me to do? Like,
Because our spouses, they just come and add into our life.
yeah.
You know, it's
Value.
not, they come and add into our lives. Because there's people that they're probably thinking, when I get married, I'm going to be happy. No. You know,
No.
you need to be happy.
Yeah.
No.
Believe me, no.
Yeah.
No, you need to be automatically, you know, you need to know that whoever comes into your life, if he comes and add into your life, or you come and add into their life.
And they don't come to steal
No.
and to add heartache.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that right now.
That
single ladies.
blessing.
That's not a blessing of the Lord. Okay?
Yes.
You know.
So I see that you overcome that title of being a single mom.
Yeah.
Stigma.
I didn't like that at first when people.
The sad single mom.
Yeah. When you think about single moms, people automatically think like, okay, so there's an extreme. There's a single mom, you know, that's out there doing her. and the kids are kind of behind, right?
Right.
A lot of people think of that when they think of single mom, and I've seen it and I've witnessed it. And where I was from, in the town that I was from, that was the stigma. That was the that was what a single mom kind of was. You saw that a lot. You didn't. I had never saw a single mom content, happy, like thriving, growing a business, doing all of that. When I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm making a new name for us, because single moms are not just going after guys. Like, our duty in life is not to find a man. Like, our duty in life is to live with purpose, to thrive, to take care of our kids most of all than anything, but to be confident.
To make him find the purpose in God in life too, right?
Yeah.
That's a big responsibility that you have in your hands.
Yeah, like I was like, man, I mean, when my mind shifted, like, yes, I'm a single mom, and I went to the store, because I remember as a single mom, when you become single and you go to the store in the shopping cart and you see all these families, and you have like 10 grocery bags, you have 2 kids in the cart, right? Like, both the kids are sleeping, right? And so you have to carry both of the kids. This is a true story. Carry both of the kids and the shopping bags. You're like, you can either feel sorry for yourself at that moment, or you can feel darn proud and say, I got
power
this.
Of one.
You know, I got this.
Of one.
And so and I think it was one of those moments where I was like, you know what? I can either be sorry for myself, or I can be thankful that God has given me another opportunity to live my life, to go after my dreams, and to, you know what? To not be lied to. You know, to not be belittled, to be honored. And you know what? I said, I believe in you, Lord, and I am proud of who you've made me.
So how did we were talking before, and you said surrounding yourself with other single with family, with friends, positive friends, right? That helped.
Yeah, so definitely I remember my mom saying one thing. She said, no vas a ser la primera ni vas a ser la última. She said, you're not gonna be the first one, and you're not gonna be the last one to go through this. And I was like, you know what? That's so true.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one who's happened to this. Why do I have to be ashamed of, of what something that I had no control over? Of course, yes, I was part of the problem too. We're not innocent in anything that happens. We're not the victims here. And so in that moment, I was like, you know what? That's true. I'm not the first one. I'm not the last one, and I can overcome this. And so everything changed from there. You know, surrounding myself with my mom, who always uplifted me. And I know some people don't have that.
Yeah.
But find yourself ladies who are strong, single, hopefully single moms.
Who are a role model.
Yeah, right? And you can just hang around them and see, and that light will just, like, it's contagious. You're just like, I'm gonna be like her, but most of all, follow God. Like, seek Him. He's the only one that can really make us content and make us confident, strong. And other single moms, pastors, going to church really helped me. So that was where I began to grow.
And heal yourself.
Yeah, and heal.
Yeah, I remember one time you telling me that at night, you told me at night, I'm the responsible. I'm the responsible that over my kids. And then I remember that night coming home and thinking, wow, what a big responsibility. Not only that night, but the rest of the life of your kids. So I wanted to ask you, the relationship that you have with your kids that
has not been easy.
Okay.
But before.
Mm-hmm.
But the only way it turned easy was through praying.
Amen.
I see people who are fighting, who are arguing, who are name calling each other, who are spreading so much hate into the kids that it makes me so mad. Right? It makes me so angry. And when I tell people, you know, when I hear people speak bad about their children's father or their children's mom, I'm like, seriously, really? I was like, it's not about you guys, it's about the children and how you're raising them, because you don't want to put a negative image of the children's father in their mind. Mm-hmm. You want them to think that they're the best, regardless.
Regardless what you feel or what you felt.
Regardless, because that's your children.
At times
you don't want to hurt your kids.
No, and that's what I see. At times the problem is between the adults and come and affect the little kids, you know, like you said.
It's all prayer, but really, it's all prayer.
Yeah.
I had prayed for it. I'm like, Lord, I need peace in my mind. I need peace in my heart. Help me. What can I do? And I always tell people like pray, get close to God, ask Him, and He's done miracles, honestly.
Praise God.
Yeah.
What makes you happy? Like, what makes Jessica, as a single mom, happy?
My kids happy, and they just my kids happy. What makes me happy is the Lord. Happy, writing music. Happy, what makes me happy is when I see myself succeeding, no matter what's going on. When I see myself following my dreams.
Do you compare yourself to others?
Not anymore.
No,
not anymore. Yeah, because I mean we all do.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Before.
I think that we do because it's.
Why do you think?
I don't know why we do it. I think we grow up being told in school to, it's hard to not compare because maybe somebody's excelling in school, somebody's not. But I think it all starts in school when we're little. When we start comparing, like, oh, they're better at sports than me, they're better at this than me, they're better at this. I'm not sure why we do it. It just seems like something that always happens. But once you figure out that, like, God made you for a certain thing that nobody else can do, and that God made other women to do a certain thing that nobody else can do, that's when you see, like, that's awesome. There's no, we shouldn't even compare ourselves because there's nothing to compare to. You see, like, everybody has their own lane,
their own purpose, their own.
So for us to do that, we're robbing ourselves. We're robbing ourselves to be who we truly are, And so now I'm like, when I see somebody or my mind wants to compare, I'm like, wait, no, you're not meant to do what they're doing.
Exactly.
You can maybe do something similar, but that's not what you're called to do. Like, you have an audience, they have an audience, everybody has a calling. Perhaps it's the same thing, but it's different, So when I start to do that, I'm like robbing myself of who I am, and I'm like, nope, devil, you're a liar. I'm in my own place, I'm here to celebrate everybody, and we're all different, and we all have a different purpose, So to do that to me now is like wasting time. I really try not to do that,
We are confronting this crisis, and we talk about this crisis, but I believe that this is not the first crisis that you go through as a single mom.
Oh yeah. I think that this crisis, I know and I respect there's people who are really suffering in it.
Yes.
Really, they are. Like losing
this.
jobs, things I can't even mention. There's people in homes, like there's so much abuses at home right now.
Yes.
People are struggling like crazy. Praise the Lord that this struggle has not been the hardest for me. But I've gone through so many, I would say, struggles, pandemics in my life, right? I don't know what I would call it, crisis. Yeah. But the thing that has sustained me is the Lord. I can't face a crisis and not see God not helping me through it. Yeah. He's already helped me so much. For me to doubt Him would be the silliest, most dumbest thing I could possibly do. But there's moments where you're like, God, are you gonna come through? Yeah. and then I'm like, no, yes you are. Like, yeah, of course you are. You've done it through worse things. Like, who are you to not come through this time? Okay. So it's really relying on Him and knowing that I can trust Him. Yeah. That I can trust Him. Like, I don't need to have any kind of distrust. When you're around somebody who you can't trust, you're like, you're anxious.
You're talking about God.
Yeah, like exactly. And like when you're talking to single moms, a lot of us have lost trust in people because because people lied to us, because betrayed. So I think of it like this. I was telling a lady, I was like, you don't have to feel uneasy around God. You don't have to feel like He's ever gonna lie to you. I know what it's like to be around somebody who you feel like is always lying to you, but you don't ever have to feel like that with God. There's no anxiety. There's no fear. You just have to believe Him. And that's kind of like my mindset now. It's like I don't need to not trust you. You haven't given me a reason not to trust you, God, and you never will.
That's right. So I know that time flies so quick, but give 2 advice to a single mom that is struggling with identity.
What I would say is you're not what has happened to you, and you're not what people say about you.
There you go.
You're not your hurt, you're not your pain, and you're definitely not the names that people say. And you're not the lies that people say.
That's right.
That's not who you are. When we focus on all of that, this happened, this is mine. We take all that ownership. Yes, it happened to you, but when you make that your identity, you are going to sabotage yourself and your future. So what I would say is you're not that. Like who you are is like you're God's daughter. You're God's daughter. There's no reason why he's gonna love you less because you're single now. There's no reason why he's gonna love you less because maybe you made some mistakes. And there's no reason he's gonna love you less because of what everybody says. So you have to just depend on what he says. And the truth is he says we're his daughters.
Yeah.
And the truth is he says that we're loved. And the truth is that we're blessed. And the truth is that we are healed. You know, the truth is that we're mighty, that we're valuable, that we're worthy, you know? And the truth is that we are meant to be honored. And that's the identity that we need to walk in. You know, so you need to take everything that happened to you, heal it, and you need to throw it aside and not wear that anymore, you know? Take up the new garment that God wants to give us. So that's what I would say about identity.
Yeah, well, I want to say that I admire your confidence, you know, and you are a very strong woman, and I enjoy seeing you talk about single moms because you are you are getting rid of that stigma.
That's right.
That a lot of single moms have, and like you say, you know, it's not about what people think. It's about you and your children, and I think that them seeing you that way is marking the difference in your kids' life.
Yeah,
you know, so totally. I mean, keep it up. You know, and I think you mentioned like, you know, you welcome them to the club, and they might think like, wait, but I'm single. You know, and you're like, yeah, I'm single, and I think that's a totally different attitude for a lot of single moms. You know,
it really depends, like the way she sees herself, the identity, and the sureness that she has in God. So we call the ministry a church, the power of one. And I really believe that today we want you to be empowered, to know that the power in the power of one in you is stronger.
Yeah.
So we have someone that has been through so much crisis, but she's sitting right here and she is modeling that God is with you. He will not leave you and he will not forsake you. So power of one. And thank you, Jessica. Thank you. You're a blessing. We're honored to have you here. And thank you for connecting. Blessings.